Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome each and every one of you to a new League of Legends video. So today, I actually want to try something a little bit different. Now, let me know if you guys enjoy this or not, but I want to go over this video that Riot just released talking about the new ranked changes coming, right? With the position ranks and all that stuff, which if you're not aware, there's also a post about it over here where they go over a bunch of new changes coming to the rank system, which I have, touched on before. But I thought, you know what, let's make an actual video talking about solely just this, because this is going to be one of the biggest changes coming next patch and to start off Season 9, right? So the way I want to do this one is a little bit different. I want to watch this video. I haven't watched this video yet. I want to watch it with you guys, and I'll give you guys my input on what they say and what I think about the changes that they're doing, pretty much like as I'm watching the video, which would be interesting, I think. Obviously, since I've been playing this game since like literally Season 1, and I've been hard stuck for about half that time, I thought, my input, I don't know, might be interesting. So let's try it out. If you guys enjoy this kind of thing, let me know by either leaving the like button or hitting the like button or leaving a comment. Let's get this party started. Let's start watching. Let's see what Riot is exactly doing.
It's almost time to kick off the season, and we're back. I'm Ed, the lead for the rank team.
Hi,
and
Ed.
I'm still Primus, the lead designer for Ranked.
That's Gortalk.
It's been a while since our dev blog on position ranks, so today we're going to discuss why it's important, what it is, and how we're rolling it out. That's a lot to cover, so let's get into it.
It is a lot to cover. I agree. Position ranks basic.
Since the introduction of position select, you're getting your main more often. Great, right?
No? What? I am not getting my main. If you guys watch my videos, I get it, my secondary, which is AD carry.
When you play another position, though,
so often,
and especially when you get auto-filled, you might not be as skilled, and as a result, the game could just feel less winnable.
True.
We can't get rid of autofill without tripling, or in some cases even quadrupling queue times for everyone. So we looked into how we could make your matches more fair instead.
With position ranks, you get a matchmaking rating and a rank for each position you play. This gives us a more accurate measure of your skill in every position, so we can put you in more fair matches, no matter which one you queue up for.
So here, if you take a look at the video, right, what does it show? It shows you the fact that this player right now is a gold 2 top laner, but if he were to be put into mid lane or bot lane, you will be placed as, well, it looks to be a silver 3 player, right? So that's kind of the difference there, right? It's very, very important to notice that, because again, the games will be completely different if you get top lane, which is your main role, which is quote unquote your best role, which you'll be placed at, most likely your highest ranking, which is in this case gold 2. But if you're a really bad mid laner, it's your secondary role, you're a silver 3 mid laner, you'll get placed as a silver 3 mid laner, and any autofills will be, whatever that role is.
At the end of the game, you'll get LP for the position you played, and some of it will splash into all of your other positions. Get LP for the position, so we can put you in more fair
I need to watch that one more time. I need to pause that before it zooms in.
Queue up for.
Okay.
At the end of the
all right, here. So we're playing Lord of the Leash. Lord of the Leash is playing Annie right now. He is playing, it looks to be Annie. What the hell is that Corky jungle, bro? What the fuck? Support? No, Annie 80 carry? What is this elo? Diamond 2. That is not Diamond 2. No, I don't believe you. That is not Diamond 2. These match. Okay, anyway. It looks like he's playing the most. Wow, this Annie build is the old Gwynsus. What was Riot doing? They're not even updating their stuff. Anyways, so he played Annie somewhere. I don't know where exactly. I'm assuming AD carry with the Blitzcrank support, Corky jungle, Gangplank top, RE mid, right? He got 15 LP for jungle though. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. He got 15 LP, that's the jungle role, plus 15 LP for jungle, and then he got 11 for top and plus 3 for mid. But he played Lord of the Leash, ex-Lord of the Leash. He played Annie 80k. That doesn't make any sense.
You'll get LP for the position you played, and some of it will splash into all of your other positions. Because if you're climbing in one position, some of that skill is transferable to your others.
That
With
doesn't make
different
sense.
ratings for each position, you won't be punished if you're bored of, say, one-tricking Malzahar mid and decide to focus on jungle for a while. Similarly, someone getting autofilled into your game shouldn't make it feel unwinnable either.
True.
And since your ranks are split out by position, you'll know exactly how good you are at your main.
Okay, I mean that's a good change. I actually like that. I think that's good.
Position ranks, but we want to be super diligent, prepared, and most importantly, open to feedback on such a big change. Last summer, we started testing positional matchmaking in normal draft to make sure it was ready for prime time, and the results so far have been promising. Queue times and how often you get your main haven't changed, but win rates when you're playing off positions have improved substantially. In short, it's an across-the-board upgrade to matchmaking. For position ranks, we need your hands-on feedback to help us make sure ranked still has that competitive feel you expect, which is why we need to do the position ranks preview before rolling it out more broadly.
At season start, Korea and North America will
thank God.
preview position ranks.
Oh, thank God, we get it.
During the
North America
first
gets it,
split,
thank God.
We'll be
Oh.
closely monitoring it. We'll be gathering and addressing feedback.
Wait, so that means that EU is not getting it right away. EU is stuck with the old system for like a long time.
tuning
That's
the systems,
unfortunate.
like how much splashing you get when you win or lose. All of the rest of the changes to placements, tiers, splits, rewards, all that stuff's going to go everywhere at the start of season. We chose to preview position ranks in North America and Korea because they're both globally competitive regions.
Rip EU, I
North
guess.
America
Wait,
also
what?
gives
Okay,
us
hate on
hands-on
EU?
experience
That's actually
and
hate.
lets us get our feedback more directly from you.
During the preview, we'll be looking for feedback about your experience. We'll also be keeping an eye on overall stability and matchmaking health, things like queue times, autofill rates, and match fairness.
I hate autofill so much.
Finally, we'll be watching for abuse cases in the system so we can fix them.
In all regions, we're tracking both position ranks and current ranks. That way, if there are any issues, technical or otherwise, we'll be ready to switch everyone back as soon as possible without you losing any progress.
We'll update you
Okay,
every month
it's
on
weird.
how things are going and what changes we're making based on feedback.
I don't want to go back and forth between two systems over and over, though. That's
features
a
designed
little
to
weird.
address abuse cases and preserve competitive integrity. At the end of the first split, we'll unify ranked and detail what the worldwide experience will be going forward. We're confident.
So if you guys
position
don't know, by the
ranks
way,
will
what
be
he
a
just said, he's
meaningful
like after the first like split or something like that, rank is now divided into 3 splits, I believe, or something like that, where it's still a full season of rank and it doesn't reset, but there are like splits in between where it's like a super mini break almost, if you will, for like literally like a day or two, I think, where they give like mini rewards as well per split based on what rank you finished at the end of each split.
grade for
But it doesn't
matchmaking
reset
and
again.
the rank system as a whole. But let me be real with you. We're open to rolling it back if things just don't work out. Having said that, we're excited for you to try it, and we're hoping it will be a hit, so make sure to keep giving us your feedback.
I think it'll be fine, honestly. I actually think it should be perfectly fine. It's
We've
got to be
seen
better.
a ton of discussion about position ranks over the last year. So let's switch gears and talk about the things we've seen the most questions about. Position ranks seem super abusable. What about position swapping when getting an off roll, for example?
That's a
Say
good point,
Diamond
actually.
1 top laner got autofilled jungle in a Plat 3 game and switches to top lane with a duo or teammate.
There's
what does happen?
This thing that we want to make sure that we allow, which is strategically swapping if it makes sense. That's what players do now. We don't really want to suppress that in any way. And so what we're going to do is we're going to track each player, how often that they're switching positions. And if you're someone who ends up switching more often than we think is reasonable, we're going to start to tighten the links between your positions for the purposes of matchmaking, so that when we put you into a match, it's going to be a match that we think is most competitive with your highest position.
Yeah, I think something
Wait,
else
what?
that's relevant there is when you're actually playing a position and then you swap in champion selector at the beginning of the game, what happens at the end of the game is you're going to get LP for the position you played no matter what. But the problem with that is if you played in an easier game, you'll also get less LP for winning, but
Oh,
you'll
okay, so
lose
that's how it
more
works.
for
That's
losing
weird,
the game.
actually.
Is the new system
Okay, so essentially what they're saying is if you are a main top lane, let's say you main top lane, you're a Diamond 1 top laner and you're a Platinum 3 mid laner, and you get queued as a mid laner for this game, but then you swap with the top laner for that game in Champ Select, and now you're playing top lane, but you're in the MMR game of a Platinum 3 because you got your mid lane role, like, you know, for that specific game, right? So you got queued into a Platinum 3 game because you got mid, because your mid is Plat 3, but then you swap to top, which you're technically a D1 player. You're still playing in a Plat 3 game as a D1 top laner. So that's kind of weird in a way because it'll actually kind of destroy the whole idea behind this, because the enemy top laner has to now face a Diamond 1 top laner as opposed to a Platinum 3-ish top laner, which is the MMR and the range that he's supposed to be playing in, which is a little bit strange. Now, the thing with that is, of course, if you lose as your, you know, the swap top laner who's now playing in the Plat 3 as a D1 player, you lose more LP. But if you win, you gain less LP. So it's like, it's a trade-off, I guess. That kind of makes sense. But then the enemy person, if the enemy player that's Plat 3 top laner beats your Diamond 1 top laner who swapped, do they get more LP for that, you know?
going to be more grindy? Like, are you really going to make me play 5 times as many ranked games as I did this year?
We've got a couple of mechanics that we've baked into the system to help pull you up in your other positions as you
No, that's a stupid
play
question.
your primary. First,
My main position have
The reason that's a stupid question is because they literally just said how even when you win on your main role, you still get LP for your other roles. Like, what the hell? Can't I just feed or
way less
surrender?
impact on the rank I care about, can't I just feed or surrender when I get
That's a good
autofill
question.
to get a faster shot at playing my main again? This is pretty much the core concern that both we as a team and you as players
big
have expressed
issue.
to us over the entire year or whatever that we've been working on position ranks.
More than that.
Yeah, probably more than that. And the answer, honestly, is splashing. So we talked about how when you win or lose games, you splash some LP to your other positions. That works both in a positive sense and also in a negative sense. And listen, like, if you're trying your hardest when you get an off position, we don't want to punish you for that. And so splashing does start fairly low. But what we do want to address is either systemic abuse of the system through people kind of just queuing up and doing that, right? Surrendering or feeding or whatever. We also want to combat situations where someone's been miscalibrated, like one of their ranks is higher than it actually should be, and they've started losing a lot of games.
Right.
And so as you lose more, and as your performance kind of gets worse over those games, the negative splashing starts to ramp up and hit you harder to your other positions that you maybe either care about more or that might be miscalibrated. From everyone.
See, that's kind of weird. See, okay, so the video's done, but see, they're trying to fix the whole aspect of like if you get your off roll, or if you get like even an autofill roll, right? Because that roll would be the one that's most affected by the loss, and the other ones will only get slightly affected. You can just int. But they said that if you consistently int and perform poorly, all your rolls and the splashing will get more and more like snowballing in terms of how much LP you lose for all your rolls, right? But that's not really a fix in my opinion, because number one, if you get autofilled that one game, because autofill happens every like 5 games or something like that, you just grief that one game, you'll lose a tiny bit of LP, because as in Snowball, the next game, you get your main role, you play perfectly fine, and suddenly that one game that you griefed for the other players because you got autofilled doesn't really matter anymore. It doesn't really actually change a whole lot, which I think is an issue. That doesn't really fix it, what they said. On top of that, if you're actually having bad games in a row, let's say you keep getting your main and secondary rolls and you're just having a bad day or something, you're just playing worse, and it just keeps snowballing with how much LP you lose per performance, like poor performance, that's going to kind of make it very detrimental and almost anti-fun, if you will, because you're just losing so much LP that you're going to get into such a big hole that you feel like you just dug yourself, that it'll feel almost impossible to get out of. So I actually don't know if I like that either. I mean, it's kind of similar to what it is at the moment, I guess, but I hope it's not as snowbally as they say. But at the same time, it also doesn't fix the issue that if you get autofilled, then you just grief that one game just because you don't care anymore, and you'll lose like super little LP for your main roles, especially your actual main role. That I don't think what they said fixes that. That's the issue, because that's only happening for one game out of every like 5 or 6 games. And as long as you perform in the next game on your main role perfectly fine, or even, you know, really well, it'll completely neglect the fact that you just griefed that autofill game. So I don't know, that's a little bit weird, but either way, guys, that's it for this video. There you have it. A bunch of new changes coming for the rank system that's going to be hitting apparently NA and KR Korea in a week, next week, when the patch 9.2, I believe, hits and the ranked season 9 begins. So let me know what you think about this kind of video, guys, with me watching it with you guys, giving you my input and all that stuff. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. Thank you, Windows, for the update. I really do appreciate it. And apparently I am low on disk space on disk D. But either way, guys, if you enjoyed it, definitely hit that like button, share with your friends, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think about these ranked changes down below, and I'll see you for the next video. Peace.